Outlet pass for Rick Nash. Nash now tries to slip to the fence and walk in. Nice move. Another nice move. He scored. What a goal. It doesn't get any better than this.
As he plays to the point, instead, he works his way back free. Granlund fires, score!
Hello and welcome to the Puck Drop Show podcast. I am your host, John Crawford, along with my brother Howie.
Howdy.
Here for episode number 22 of season 5.
On CBS.
On CBS. How you been, Howie, this week?
Working.
Work. I have two, kinda. Mostly.
Did you ever hear back from that one yet?
Which?
One in the hills.
The one on the hills. Yeah, I didn't get that one.
Really?
Nope, didn't get it. I thought for sure that was it, but
Yeah.
that's all right. We move on. I've got other things in the hopper.
Got other ideas about it.
Yeah, I've got a new floor coming in on Monday that they're just going to dump on the driveway and have to bring it in because it has to acclimate to the temperature of the house, and then they come in and install it. And that happens on Monday, and then on Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember, the deck guys come in and they come and start putting in the deck, ripping out the old one and putting the new one in. And then a day or so after that, they come and they putting in a new fence in the backyard. So
Okay.
a lot of stuff happening. It's going to be like a construction zone around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hardest part is going to be they're like with the floor that they're bringing. You know, it has to acclimate to the inside of the house. So they're just going to dump a pallet on my driveway, and I have to carry all that stuff into the house.
Is it wood floor?
Yeah. So I have to carry it all in. The whole downstairs.
Why can't they?
They're just going to dump it off. They're not going to carry it in. It has to sit here for a couple days before they actually start.
Yeah.
They
Why can't they just deliver it inside?
Because they're not going to do that. They just say they dump it on your driveway and then you got to bring it in the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I have to move the whole downstairs floor into the house. And it has to sit there for a few days, so... Yeah.
Oh.
So they come in and install the floor on next Saturday.
Okay.
They deliver it on Monday, and then they install it on Saturday. And they do it in a day. I don't know how they're going to do it. But in the meantime, during that week, I've got to move everything downstairs that I can upstairs. All the knickknacks, all that. I mean, all the big heavy furniture, they'll move it.
Right.
But I've got to move everything else out of the way. So it's got to be all moved upstairs.
Oh.
It's gonna be a mess in this house. And of course, they do it on the day that Haley has her wedding shower, her bridal shower, and so Martha and Haley won't be here. So it'll be me and trying to contain Rogie because it'll be crazy with all these guys in the house, and it's just going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts in here. It should be an adventure.
And then when's the fence going?
The fence goes in right after the floor is done. So like that day, I think
you should have had them flipped, because then you could just leave Rogie out in the back while they do the floor.
Well, we had to get the way this whole thing got scheduled, because we were so late getting all this done. I'm just amazed that they can get this all done before the 20th. Everything will be done on by the 20th.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. So this place won't look anything like it does now by the time you get here.
Well, as long as I don't got to mow the lawn as soon as I get out there.
No. Hopefully you don't have to do too much, but just kind of chill and relax. But I'm sure Martha's going to put you to work somehow. We'll probably have to set up tables or something in the back.
I'll just start complaining about my pinched nerve in my neck.
Yeah. I can't do this. Yeah. Oh. I'm going to go watch Kim by the White Line upstairs while you guys do this. So that's what's going on at my house. It's crazy stuff. Howie, we've got some big hockey stuff going on. I guess the big news is what's happening right now, because everything is so tight and so crazy.
Yeah, well, and two, I mean, the other big news for this week was Scott Foster.
the accountant goaltender.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Amazing. Yeah.
Played 14 minutes, stopped 7 shots.
Yeah. Not one got by.
No.
Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. That would be like Felix the cat.
Yeah.
Playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And stopping everything.
Yeah.
Right? If he actually played and stopped it.
Well, what's interesting about that whole rule, because I guess technically he's available for either team if need.
Right.
So, I guess in a way, I mean, how, he's there in Chicago, obviously a Hawks fan.
Yeah.
What if he played for Winnipeg? I mean, would he really try to stop the puck? Especially
I think if you're going to make your NHL debut. Yeah, but I don't think that would happen. I don't think if you're going to make your first, I made it to the big leagues, wouldn't you try the best? Because you want to play again.
and then what happens if the other goalie gets hurt or you yourself get hurt? Is that when they pull out the Schwinn?
They may grab somebody from the stands. Anybody up here play hockey before? Felix stands up. Never mind.
I think we'll
get the Schwinn.
I think they just pull out the Schwinn and stand it up in front of the net and there you go.
So the last couple days have deemed to be pretty interesting on what's going on in the race for the Cup, or just the playoff spots at this point.
For the playoff spots, yeah.
The Kings lost last night in overtime.
They got a point though, which is at least
they lost last night in overtime against the Ducks, but
kept them in that third spot, which is good.
Yeah. So what a race in the West it really has become. We'll get there in a minute, but there's some great games. I mean, the Knights beat the Blues, so they're closer to clinching that first place spot. The Lightning get first place back by defeating the Rangers.
And then Boston and Tampa play again against each other. Well, you got even today a game too. Tampa, they play Nashville.
Right.
So
That's a big game.
That's a big game.
Yeah. The Avs beat the Blackhawks to stay in the wild card race. The Avalanche.
Yeah. The Tuesday, Boston, Tampa Bay play again against each other.
Right. The Caps end their winning streak by Carolina. Just some great stuff, and of course, the Scott Foster story was kind of cool. And then we have some big games today that could change what the playoffs may look like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's take a look at the playoff pictures now, Howie. And we'll start in the East. So, Washington has already clinched their spot in the Metropolitan. And now look at the Atlantic. It is set in the Atlantic. At least those playoff spots with Tampa Bay, Boston, and Toronto. Right? And then we have the wild card spots are Philadelphia and New Jersey currently.
Yeah.
With Florida and Carolina. Carolina's mathematically in it, but they're mathematically in it.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But Florida could make a surge if New Jersey trips up.
Right. So that's the key. I think that will be the race right there, is the Florida-New Jersey story in the East.
Yeah.
Which one is going to go in? New Jersey has been playing fairly well. 6-3-1 in their last 10. And Florida's 5-4-1. Pretty much playing 500 hockey right now. So, and both went into overtime the other night.
Yeah.
So, yeah, quite the race in the East. I think within the next couple days.
Well, I mean, then you still got. I mean, even for the Metropolitan, it's still a toss-up because I mean, you could shuffle Pittsburgh, Columbus, and Philadelphia, and technically New Jersey as well
Columbus
too.
is really hot right now. Columbus is playing really good hockey right now.
They're starting to peak at the right time, but all those teams could still shuffle.
Yeah, they can. They can. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Oh, we've got, who does Columbus have? They've got Vancouver today, right? Or tonight.
Yeah.
So that could be big for them. And then Pittsburgh has Montreal. Florida plays Boston. So, yeah, that's a big one for them. Tampa Bay has Nashville. And Winnipeg has Toronto. It could be big for them. So let's go over to the West now. Let's look at that. We can start with
For the West, you pretty much the Central, the top. Well, yeah, those top two spots are pretty much are locked down,
I think so.
which will be Nashville and Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Winnipeg's or Minnesota's still holding on to that 3 spot with a 4-point lead right now ahead of St. Louis and Colorado. And Colorado right now is on that bubble of that last playoff spot, tied with St. Louis, who currently holds it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then,
turned into
yeah,
a race.
and then your Kings, and there again, they could shuffle around with San Jose, who are in second place with 98 points. Kings are only 4 back there.
But let me just say, San Jose right now is probably
They're
the hot
hot.
team in the Pacific anyway.
And then you got Kings holding on the 3rd spot, 94 points, followed by Anaheim, who has the first wild card spot with 93, just 1 point back.
Right.
So yeah, it's going to be an interesting week for the West as well.
Yeah, especially, well, we have St. Louis plays Arizona. That could be a win there for them. Minnesota has Dallas. Dallas is still mathematically in it.
They're playing horribly right now.
Yeah. So if Minnesota was to hold that third, who do they have after Dallas? Who do they have after that?
After that, I believe we got Edmonton and then at Anaheim.
Oh. So let's say they gain 4 points. Let's say they lose one of the 3, and let's say it's Anaheim.
Yeah, Minnesota will finish on the West Coast, because they're going to play at Anaheim, and then the next night at LA, and then they finish the season off against San Jose on Saturday.
Oh, they've got a tough ending.
Yeah,
That's tough.
yeah.
Wow. And what does St. Louis have left?
Let's see, St. Louis. St. Louis is looking at Washington, Chicago, and then Colorado.
Oh, wow. Well, they have Washington and Colorado, which could be tough games, but Minnesota's got it tough. They've got a tough ending.
Yeah, but they've been playing well.
They have been playing well. They have been playing well. But so has St. Louis. I mean, they're 8-1-1 in their last 10.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I was looking at that story, because that could be big. LA, they've got Colorado next. I don't know what to say about LA, because I don't know. I mean, they're 5-2-3 in their last 10, but still, I don't know if they're gonna. I just don't know with them. I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna be. Anaheim has Colorado next tomorrow. I don't know. Who do they have left?
Yeah, this week's going to be huge for Minnesota.
Yeah, they've got it really tough. I kind of feel sorry for them, because it's. But like you say, they've been playing. Oh, I lost your picture, Howie. They've been playing really good hockey, so maybe they could pull this out. You know, it's time to start peak. It's time to start the peak.
Yeah,
know?
just,
I don't think the Kings are at that point yet.
yeah, because there's a lot of teams right now peaking at the right time. Minnesota being one of them. St. Louis,
San Jose.
Winnipeg, Columbus.
Yeah, yeah. So there you go. That's it's going to be an exciting week.
That
And
it will.
then next week, Howie, I guess we could do our playoff prediction show. You know, because everything should be set by next week, right?
Think it should. It could come down, depending on how things play out. It could come down to that last day.
Well, it could. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I don't know. We may have to put our show off a day so we can do our playoff show.
Yeah, that Sunday morning.
Yeah, maybe we could do that, but we'll see what happens. So I think, Howie, we'll wrap it up here. We'll call it a show. Thank you all for listening and watching the podcast. Go out to www.thepuckdropshow.com and you can catch our current and past podcast there over on our podcast page. Go over to our TPDH Time Machine page. I watched every one of them. You know, they're funny. They're fun. We're gonna have to go back in time again. Maybe we should go to the future. Can your machine do that?
No, that scares me.
Well, we could see where Phoenix ends up.
I suppose, but I don't know.
Okay. All right. So also, we are on Patreon. We would love to have your support on Patreon. Go over to our Patreon page, and you can see that scrolling along the bottom here during our show. And give us a support out there. We're also on Facebook. Give us a like there. Twitter and Instagram. I think that's it. And everything else that we're on. Pinterest is the other one. Anything else, Howie, before we go?
Negative.
All right. Enjoy the games. It should be a good one today. We bid you all adieu.
That's been nice.
What?